All right.
Awesome.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am one of your hosts, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, is Crystal Morency. Crystal, how are you today?
I'm not so bad. Did you see all the fireworks last night? Because they went off for like 4 freaking hours. They were all night.
They were up and down my street, and I'm like, I just don't care. I'm like, you know what? Listen, see, this is where I wonder. Like, you know me, I'm not the guy who likes to participate in everything. I'm not, right? I'm an observer. I like to. Wow, this sounds really boring. I just like to watch things as they play out, right? Not like a pervert or nothing. Yeah, I'm not like a pervert or nothing. Sometimes, no. But it's more like if you want to celebrate something, I'm like, hey, have fun, and I'll watch you celebrate. But I just don't participate.
I think this was an extra special Canada Day for people. Like, I think that's why. And nobody was doing fireworks, which is like a big national thing. Like, we all do fireworks, right? Like, they do it for the 4th of July. We do it for Canada Day type thing.
Yeah.
So, and everywhere has it. And everybody was planning these big things.
Yeah.
And then, so everyone just went and bought all of the fireworks.
Yeah.
I wish I still had my pot shop right now. I used to sell fireworks at the pot shop. I did. I was on a native reservation.
Like
everybody sold fireworks.
The best pot shop ever. It's like we had lots of different types of weed.
It was.
We had fireworks. Like if that was like in the Midwest.
I always had candy.
Candy too. All you needed was like you needed a panini press. You needed a panini press or something, and that would have been like boom.
I did. I bought barbecues for it before I got shut down. I bought barbecues because I was going to do hot dogs and hamburgers because there was nothing to eat there.
See?
So I was going to do hot dogs.
Let me get your opinion on a good street hot dog, okay? I am a huge fan of street meat. No homo. I'm not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not what I do. But like getting a good sausage. I remember still. It's the corner of, I believe, King and like Blue Jay Way or John Street. I forget which one it is. Right around there. It's just before all of the restaurants start on King Street. That area, like right by the Bell Lightbox, which. I don't think you know where that is, but anyways, that's fine. But
I know where like King Street is, and I know where Blue Jays Way is, so I got that.
So right there's a guy. I believe his name was Charlie's, and he would have just Charlie's on the top. And this bastard, I'm telling you, this guy was a magnificent human being. Because normally you go to a street meet, and what they do, they cut it. Right? And that's it.
Meat was awesome.
Well, but this is what the guy did. So a lot of times when they cut the slices, they cut too deep, and then you have like a hunk of hot dog that's going to fall off. It's not good. This guy would go crisscross, so the whole hot dog would kind of like open up. So all the toppings you put in would like sink in, so you're not getting like a mustache of ketchup or relish or anything.
Yeah.
And as well, it would cool down faster, so you weren't like doing I'm gonna take a bite and go because you're on fire. And his were, and they weren't like extra price or anything. This guy just knew what he was doing, and I'm like, honestly, the only time I've had a hot dog that was better was in, I believe it was Mexico City. We went for vacation, and it was the only time we ever went to the South where we weren't on a beach. That was my dad. My dad always wanted to be on a beach, or at least have access to the water, and we didn't. But outside of the hotel, which had like huge, like 15 feet walls, it was a crazy place. It was really fun. They had peacocks working around. It was so cool. But these guys had hot dogs outside, and they were wrapped in bacon. And I was like 12, so I would eat it, and I'm like, I want 900 more of these. And my parents like, shut up, fatty. And then, like, they had a carnival.
I think I just got super excited in my lady pants. I was like, that sounds so delicious.
It was, honestly,
like,
it was like, incredible. Yeah, it was, like, that's the thing is, like, everybody knows that hot dogs are beaks and assholes, right? And that's fine. I don't really care. Grind up the beaks and assholes, they're delicious. But don't give me an inferior product and try and be like, yeah, it's a good hot dog. No, man. There's a good hot dog, and then there's just, I can taste the beaks and assholes in this. I don't want it. Okay? It's disgusting.
I love street meat. Like when I get all drunk, that's like when I do it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Like after the bar or something, you know, not nowadays because I'm old and I don't go to the bar anymore.
Don't remind me.
But like other than for open mic nights.
Oh, yeah.
Which please people.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the thing, is like...
I need to be, Dino, I'm telling you, I need to be either a lesbian, a gay, a transgender, or black, or Hispanic, or something other than me right now, because everybody other than me, and I'm like, I can maybe be lesbian or transgender, I can talk like a man, I got big feet. And no boobs, like I'm halfway there.
I'll be honest with you, I think we're in the climate where it is very dangerous to imitate any of those. Fuck.
That's true.
You know what? It's really weird to watch what's happening, because like there are little things that bring us joy.
Everybody just needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. Like people are so just aggressively angry right now that it's like, hey man, let's just calm down. Like let's just, hey, there's nothing. Like I was talking to somebody else and I'm like, you know, there's a lot of stuff, obviously, there's tons of stuff that people don't know, right? And I myself, like, I like to ask people and be like, hey, I don't know about this, you seem to know about it, educate me. I'm happy to be educated in any way, shape, or form. But like the scary part is people are like, oh, you shouldn't ask questions. You're like, well, how am I gonna learn? Like, and
no, you have to. This is the problem.
It's weird.
That's the problem. Fear is the unknown.
Yeah.
Fear is not knowing. Fear is not understanding. Yeah. So why don't we educate ourselves? The problem is that we're not educating ourselves. Yeah. We're going off a biased opinion about something that we know fuck all about.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like, listen,
like people are trying to run everybody else.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like you have to make sure that when you pose a question, you don't do it aggressively, because that's not right either, right? So if you're like,
no,
like if you walked up to somebody and use the racial slur to describe, say, well, I want to know about living life like a, and then you said a racial slur, fuck you, guy. Why don't you just fuck off, right? Like that's not, no, you should be able to approach somebody, express that you have a lack of knowledge and a willingness to learn, and that should be good. But people are even like, well, what do they know? And you're like, whoa, man, everyone just needs to, like.
Okay, then give me, I want whoever is really honest to God racist or against mentally handicapped or against immigration or against all this, really honestly, I want your speech, because I want to honestly make you feel like you're a fucking piece of shit, because I can and I will.
I'll be honest.
I will break it right down. So give it to me. Because I will break you down like you want to break down other people. I will break you down.
I'll tell you right now,
so
I had like 3 seconds where I had a heart attack right there. I was like, I think I'm having a stroke. We're getting canceled tomorrow. What is she going to say? And then all of a sudden you said that, and I'm like, woo! Crisis averted, people. Thank God. That was a... We was neck and neck there for a second. I'm like, we're 8 minutes in and we're going to drop this? All right, this is going to get real.
Where are we going with this, Crystal?
This is when keeping it real goes wrong. And you're like, bro, this is a bad idea. And then she's like, I'm going to show you that you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, thank fucking Jesus. Jesus has helped me. I don't want to know.
Dino, I will surprise you, but I am not ignorant.
You have over and over again, and you know what? You have no duty of surprising me. I have faith in your ability. I just know that every once in a while you need a little reining in. Just, wow, that was not a good gesture. That was not, I did not mean to do this. It was not, I was meant like pulling the reins on a horse. Not.
Oh, can we talk about this for a minute? Can we talk about this? Okay, so as you know, I feel really bad because I didn't really touch base about my whole date situation the other day, right? That I went on. And I want to bring it back to that for a minute, okay? Because I have been thinking a lot about this whole situation.
Okay.
So, okay, it wasn't my... So first of all, I realized, yeah, I am in pain because I haven't done it in so long. And I was like, I was wondering why it didn't happen. But apparently, and I'm like, was it good? You know, and I'm like, well, maybe it's because I haven't eaten in a while. And, you know, when you haven't eaten in a while, somebody gives you like liverwurst. You're like, this is some good liverwurst. So I'm like, maybe I just thought it was good, you know? Even though liverwurst is disgusting, right?
Liverwurst is delicious, okay? You shut your fucking mouth.
But as a woman, if you can like still feel like 3 days later, you're like, holy shit.
True.
Like, you know? And then so you're like, yeah, okay, never mind. It was probably really
That's great.
good. But I was just in a different world. So like to any women out there, I want to tell you that there's a very good available man on the market who apparently is very good and he will take you fishing and he will show you a fantastic time. And the whole serial killer, that was all of me, because I think everybody's up to something. He probably didn't want, I just think he fell in love really quickly because he told me he loved me like 3 times. And like, dude, or more than that, like it was continuous. There was a whole lot of L-bomb going on. And I have like I could be with you for 4 years and you drop it and I'm like,
it's
like, do we have to? So like that was pretty intense.
It's
me.
very
But,
no. And so you know what? Listen. So he'll show you a good time, and then rock your world. He'll rock your world,
and maybe he'll fall in love with you. He will. He'll rock your world.
That's a good thing.
Days
Good
like
on
these.
you, brother. Hey,
That's a good thing.
there's nothing,
Good
and that's
on
what
me,
like
because it's. I mean.
Yep.
No, I was just going to say it's probably going to be another year or so before I get to do it again because I'm so fucked up in the head. So thank you.
I literally, just so you know, today I was I'm on a WhatsApp group with my nephew and a few of his friends, and I literally we were posting stuff, like I just send them funny memes and they send them back and stuff, and we have conversations. Sometimes we argue and stuff, but I literally posted, I'm like, I am not letting any of you sick fucks within 50 feet of my co-host ever. That's not gonna happen. And they're like, come on, guy. And I'm like, not ever. Don't fuck with my business, motherfuckers.
She's already fucked up. Leave her alone.
No. I'm like, listen. See, this is the problem, is that I love my nephew, and I really enjoy the company of his friends. They're pretty solid guys and everything.
Ooh, is this the 12-year-old that we want to wish him luck?
No, that's not. No. He's like 4 years younger than I am. He's not. He's about your age. Okay.
Oh,
but
okay.
The problem is that they're very much at an age where they're kind of, for lack of a better word, let's say, rock out with your cock out. Like they're out there playing the game, right? And I get it because I'm like,
No.
while he is only 4 years younger than I am,
I've been there.
right? We're generationally displaced. So it's like his grandfather was my dad's oldest brother. And my dad was the youngest of 13 kids. So there's a huge generation type thing. So it's like, while me and him are the same age, I'm in a displaced generation, right? So my upbringing was very different. It's a whole other thing, right? So, and that's why I'm like,
I'm in the same boat with my cousins and stuff.
yeah. So it's like,
because I'm the oldest.
right? And it's a little bit different. So I'm like, I respect them going out and hustling, but at the same time, I'm like, listen, I'm old and married. You don't bring that hustle over here. I will cut you. Okay, that's not. I can't. It's just.
Yeah, and so will I.
Well, that's why I'm like, I'm pretty sure she would. I said to her, I actually said to them, it's on my phone, so I can't pull it up. But I was like, I actually said, I'm like, I'm pretty sure she'd fuck you guys up. That's what would happen. Like, you guys would come out of it and be like, what the fuck? I just have a stroke. What just happened? Like, I'm like, yeah, she knows what she'll beat you up.
Yeah.
I think there's very few.
I am pretty, I stand up for myself.
And you should. No, every woman should. It's my thing is like, there are very few women that I know that would have the balls to punch me in the face. Okay? I'll put that out there. One of them is my wife, definitely. I include you in that group. I really do. That you seem like the person who, if I had wronged you, you'd punch me in the face.
I would if need be.
Well,
Yeah, but I'd probably cut you first because you're big, dude. So me punching you isn't going to do much. So I'd hit you with something and then I cut you.
I'll be honest with you. It's never made
I'm
a
just
difference
dirty
before.
like that.
It's never made a difference before. It's not going to make a difference any.
I don't have a strong punch. Like I've got some.
This is the problem. Is that okay?
Look at this. Look at my muscles, Dino. Are you looking at my muscles?
Listen, don't try and fuck with me, lady, okay? I will fucking rock shit out, okay?
Oh, yeah.
This is the...
Look at that.
It really, from here, looks like you're just holding, like, your fingers up above the thing. You can't see me, but they're on camera, asshole! Holy fuck.
They can't see me if I can't see them.
Also true. That's why I'm invisible. You can't see me. No, you know what?
I think that's what the Democrats think about people.
Fucking, you know what?
I think they do that.
They
hide behind their weird capes.
Well, this is the thing. So now, okay, there was news today about. I'm not sure if you say this was they've arrested the partner of Jeffrey Epstein. Okay.
Okay.
They just arrested her.
The Maxine.
Yeah,
girl?
Maxine Ghislaine. Yeah. No, Ghislaine. No.
She owns the ocean.
Well, this is the thing: is that she's a party. She's a party to the whole thing, and they were saying that she was the one that was grooming people and stuff like that. Like it's very. I would encourage anyone. Like I watched there's the Netflix special about Epstein.
She's on TED Talks.
Is she really?
She's on TED Talks and stuff. She owns the ocean. She owns the ocean. She sells the ocean.
Oh yeah.
She's fucked up. Like her dad was like a big guy in like she's connected.
He lost
and she's on TED Talks. She's at the national they have this those what are they called? I sound so stupid when I talk. Those G meetings, the G4 meetings.
G20, the G20, G8 summits. Yes.
G Summit.
See, there you go. You're good.
Yeah, the summits, right? She's talked at those.
See, and this is where it's like so she's the thing with the ocean is she's trying to clean it up. Like this is what she's doing.
She owns ocean.
You can't own the ocean though. That's not a thing.
She owns the ocean.
Right? Like
she sells the ocean.
We gotta look into that.
I watched her during.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Research it. I watched her during this thing. She was at this big conference selling the ocean to people.
I honestly, when you're like, she's selling the ocean, I see somebody in a very small boat in the middle of the ocean holding a for sale sign going, hey, does anybody want this?
All right.
Yeah, it's right here. I'm selling this part, but not there, just right here, It's just, that's the thing is, these people are fucking crazy.
It's so insane. When I watched that thing, though, I'm like, is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was like a staged something, but no, she was at like this summit thing selling the ocean, parts of the ocean. Oh, she owns the whole damn ocean.
It's very, very peculiar. So she's been arrested, and immediately my crack on it was, I'm sure she's going to commit suicide very soon, right? Because that's what we all know. Epstein. He did not kill him. Come on. Anyone who thinks that, I remember. No,
he's off. He's still alive. He's away somewhere.
Honestly, very possible. There's been some very weird things happen. Like this is the real problem that I'm finding with everything is that there's so much manufactured information that it's like it's really getting fucked up because.
Everybody knows.
See, but that's the thing is, you don't know what you don't know, and we're being given, and like my honest, most hated word right now is narrative. It doesn't follow the narrative. I'm like, listen, it's news. News is information that has to be disseminated amongst the public. Media is not news, okay? So if media is following a narrative, you are immediately just a talk show. You are not... Okay, start a podcast. Great, say whatever you want, but you're not news. That's not how this works. News is about pure information that's researched and...
No, and we're not right a lot.
Which one?
Well, we are... I'm like, we're not right
that's
a lot.
True
well,
too.
We are right a lot, but we're not professionals.
We are not experts. We are not experts in any way, shape, or form.
At all.
We're just pretty people talking on the internet. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Well, I know I am. I'm gorgeous, so... I'm what they call a sexual icon around thing. Somebody messaged.
What does your shirt say today?
Oh, it says I didn't. It
Show
says
me what your shirt
I didn't
says.
do it. Oh wait, that.
Oh wait,
yeah, I did that. It says
yes,
I did that. There you go. Everybody can see it now.
One. I like it.
This is actually...
I always try to go like this and read it.
You know what? The funny thing was, so I had bought a shirt. So I did a roast show on somebody's birthday, and I had bought this shirt specifically for them. So I wore it, and they were like, that's the best shirt ever. And I wore it. I was going to wear it today, and Victoria's like, I don't think you can wear that shirt anymore. And I was like, what? So the shirt says, I believe in hate at first sight. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wear this shirt anymore. I'm like, oh, that was really close. Shit, I am lucky that Victoria said something, because I was like, fuck, I definitely can't wear that shirt anymore. That is a bad idea. Because, well, look.
I've got a, you can wear that shirt, and I've got a Hell's Angels shirt. We can wear it on the same day.
Yeah, the day we get shut down. Let's say episode 300, we're going to get shut down. As soon as we have more episodes than The Simpsons.
300?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have more than 300.
No. I'm saying once we pass The Simpsons, we can do that. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a reasonable...
Okay.
That's just how we're going to celebrate, by wearing something horribly inappropriate in a very sensitive time for everybody.
Me too.
Just to show them that we don't give a shit. I give a shit. I don't really give a shit.
I totally give a shit.
Like, I give a shit, but I'm like, I just don't, but I don't want to get involved. And I'm not saying that I should be involved or shouldn't be involved. I'm worried about my family's safety and the truth. I know that I hate people for what they have inside of them. I don't hate them for where they come from or what color their skin is, and I'm content with that. I think I have leveled up from the generation that I was raised by. That's what I think. And I'm like, you know what?
I don't
I'm good.
understand racism and stuff. I'm so, I just don't get how people can honestly feel that way towards people. How can you honestly care about who they're fucking? Mind your own business, live your own life, and I bet you your life would be a lot better if you put as much energy into your own life as you do worrying about what everybody else is doing in their life.
Right? And that's like, look, honestly, it takes so much energy to be so hateful and just so stoneheaded. Like, why are you wasting your fucking energy on this shit? Like, you're literally being the shittiest supervillain. Like, you suck. Just start trying to use your powers for good, and you'll see that things change. Like, I've taken upon myself that, I make sure that if I laugh at something, I will leave a like. Or if I'm going to share something, I will have left a like to say, hey, this is really funny. I'll share it with friends. I don't duplicate the share. Like, I don't share it. Like, if I see something on Facebook, I don't share it on Facebook, but I might send it to a few friends privately. But I'll still leave a like or a comment back, man, that was pretty funny. And that's me saying, hey, that's the exchange we've had. You made me laugh. I want to make other people laugh. I'm going to commend you for making me laugh, and then so on and so forth. And that helps things. And you know what? I'm finding that a lot more people are going, hey, they're liking my appreciation. And you're going, you know what? That didn't cost me anything. It doesn't extend you in any way, shape, or way. That's being kind costs fucking nothing.
I say happy birthday to everybody on Facebook, and I have over 4,000 friends. But every time on Facebook, in the morning, it gives you whose birthday it is. Hey, I only have them because guys want to fuck me. That's it. It's a bunch of weird perverts I don't even know. I just I'm like, hey, they might know somebody. Then it might help me out, I don't talk to anybody. I don't talk to any. I don't know. I probably know 10 people on my Facebook. I'm not that cool.
That's such bullshit. Okay, because I do not have nearly that many followers, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Okay, because that's such bullshit. But you know what? That's fine. It's fine.
Guys don't want to fuck you, Dino.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, and that's why. But because they know that they won't. I won't let them. If you play your cards right, you never know. But I'm just saying, I probably won't let them.
With a little bit of moonshine and cocaine, it could be a whole new ball game.
Listen, Saturday night is Saturday night, okay? That's just what you're gonna...
Fuck, I had the best bit that I wanted to talk to you about, and the funniest thing ever.
Hit me.
Ooh, okay. So, because this is it, how we're gonna be taking over for Joe Rogan, right? Because he's moving to Spotify.
Why not? I'm open. I will take the job if you offer it.
So this is how we're going to get in. Because Joe Rogan, like, none of them started from nothing. All of them were somewhere before they did these podcasts, like the really popular ones, right? We're starting from podcasts, right? So this is how I figure we do it. So I'm making an offer to Fear Factor. No, you should do the Fear Factor.
Oh, I don't want to eat dick, man. Come on.
Okay. No, but you're gonna be the host.
I can be the host. I can be the host.
Okay? Yeah. That's what Joe Rogan was. So you can be the host of Fear Factor. And you know what? I really didn't like him when he was the host of Fear. I thought he was such a douche. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's such a fucking douchebag. I bet you he does his eyebrows. Like it was like, oh, this guy. But because he wore those like bowling shirts. Like, he wore those, like, Charlie Sheen bowling shirts and shit back in the day. Which is whatever. I'm not vain. I don't judge. But he just sounded like a douche, and he sounded like the type of guy that would judge. Until I started watching his podcast. And I was like, maybe he wouldn't judge me.
Well.
And then on UFC, I want to go on UFC, because you want to know, because I love UFC. Because I'm all about, like, Dana White, shout out. I'm all about, I can be your Ed McMahon. And I don't know if UFC has an Ed McMahon, but I will be your Ed McMahon. And I will announce all the fighters, the girls and the guys. And the guys, I get excited over UFC because I'm like, look at those men fighting over my love. And that's what's in my head. Is that there's two extremely gorgeous men fighting over my love. And whoever wins, I love when it was Conor McGregor that won. I was like, woo! Nate Diaz.
What the fuck is that?
Max Holloway, what's up, baby?
I love it. Yeah, no, I'm in. So this is the funny thing is like going back and watching.
And that's how we're gonna become Joe Rogan.
Well, the funny thing is when he was on Fear Factor, he was a very different guy, right? I think.
Yeah, he really was.
Wasn't he? I think that was before.
He was a tad douchey.
Well, it was before he started smoking weed regularly. I'm like 99% sure that
is, and
because he was very.
Is that Brian Callen is still kind of that douchey?
Oh, yeah.
Brian Callen, and they were like best friends, and Brian Callen is still kind of.
Well, they were caught in between.
He just had his eyes done.
Yeah, they're caught in between the.
He's just very self-conscious. The poor guy.
Well, like an actor. They're caught between that world of being an actor and being a comedian. And those are two very, very different worlds. For a lot of people that don't understand, like we were talking about this yesterday, how it's like, if I get an acting job,
I don't want to be an actor.
I've never had an acting job. I'm not an actor in any way, shape, or form. I would at best I would probably be like Samuel. Like Samuel Jackson. I was like, I can be me with a little bit of tweaks here and there, but I'm like, you're probably gonna get the same thing out of me, right?
Oh, I see you in so many roles. So you can cast Dino as like a mob boss. You can cast him as king. You can cast
fuck you. Anything that should be like fat is what I can be cast as, you fucking asshole. Okay, why don't you go fuck yourself?
I'm trying to be
he could be a mob boss. That's a fat guy.
No.
He could be a king. Kings are usually fat, right? He could be the slow security guard because with his belly hanging out the bottom. You fucking asshole. So why don't you go fuck yourself, you racist bastard. I don't know. I didn't know why I said a racist and
That's not at all. I'm saying powerful roles. I was trying to say powerful roles, but way to go and bring your fatness.
Yeah, whatever. Powerful as in the floor has to be reinforced. You fucking dickhole.
That's not true at
It's
all.
a little bit true. I've stepped on some wonky floors before. It is a thing. It is.
I want to be the Dr. Quinn medicine woman. I have like kind of that like big nose, that kind of look.
You definitely could pass for a witch doctor. I would say that. Yeah. You look like someone who would experiment and figure out peanut butter. Like back in the day, like you would be the one that did that. You're like, I figured out peanut butter, you know? Or like, what was it?
And tell people it would heal them.
I forget. There was a movie about this guy who made beer, and he's like, whoever figures out how to add bubbles, they will be the king of beer. And the son was like trying to figure out how to add bubbles to beer. I'm like, you look like somebody who'd be like, I've added bubbles to all sorts of shit. Yeah, let's fuck this shit up.
Oh, shit. Hi. Sorry, I just knocked over my camera, but that's
always fun. I gotta buy some more tripods because right now I have it resting on like I have my cell phone for the Zoom in a tripod, which sounds redundant. But then I have my camera resting on what looks like a lady's makeup bag, but for like a big purse. Like not an overnight makeup bag, but like a, hey, I'm going out to somebody's house and they're like 2 hours away makeup bag. So like any incidents, I can correct it, but it's not a full... I'm not sure why I know the difference between those different things.
I don't carry that stuff.
Well, you're like...
Stuff. Once I do it before the morning, I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm all day. Until I'm all day like that shit. If I'm going out at night, oh well. I hope it's good lighting.
So I'm thinking, just so I don't have a rehash of what happened on the weekend where I called my wife Crystal by accident. I'm thinking of nicknaming you Dee Dee, which stands for Donkey Dick. That's what I think. Oh, I think that'll work.
Donkey Dick, you can come up with something better than that. I have to be Donkey Dick. Don't try to emasculate me, or don't try to masculine me to make up for you calling my name, or not calling my name, but saying my name.
I think Dee Dee is charismatic.
Because that's like...
You know, I wouldn't tell people it was Donkey Dick.
No, I would.
Why does he call you Dee Dee? It stands for Donkey Dick. I got a hog. You wouldn't, let's just... I think that's a great way to start a conversation.
Like
I'm just thinking if people know that your name is Donkey Dick, then if they approached you, you're like, yo... All your cards are already out there. It's a little like you've already thinned out the herd for like who's willing to go the distance. I think it's a worthwhile thing. See,
to find out if I really have a donkey dick. Ew, I don't. I don't want to put this in the universe, Dino. People will think that I do. Like, you say something and they're like, ooh. And I already am, like, small-chested and stuff. Fuck. I don't want them to think that I have a penis. I'm already drinking wine today, and it's only early morning. Like,
this is so fucked. I love it.
It's in a can, too, so it's, like, super classy.
We're all about class here. We're taking it to the next level because we're fucking degenerates.
It's a Pinot Grigio in a can. And I don't even drink, but I'm
that is
today.
against so many. This against so many just rules of everything. See? Oh God.
It's at least it's a fancy can. Look at it.
That is a fancy can. I will give you that much. But I'm just,
thanks,
the way I see it is like, listen, if you buy a can of wine, like, that's...
I don't drink, so I can't...
I'm just...
What am I going to... This is going to do it.
And I understand that. I'm just saying, like, that's a habit you don't want to make. Like, everyone went to, like...
No, listen, you don't want to make it a habit.
People went to boxed wine, and you're like, that's dodgy, right? Then, like, if you're going to go to canned wine, like, the next level is, like, wine in a puddle. You don't want to drink wine in a puddle. That's definitely how you get a disease.
Ooh. Or you luck out. Or
superpowers. They're definitely superpowers. You can get superpowers from drinking wine out of a puddle, I've heard. I've never experienced it.
That's maybe I have superpowers. I've drinking some shady shit. I've done some shady shit out of a puddle.
Okay, let's just have a disclaimer here. Listen, we're not professionals in any way, shape, or form. We are amateur comedians.
Oh, we're not Trump. Please do not drink out of a puddle.
No one should drink anything out of a puddle. Let's just put that out there, okay?
No.
We are just making jokes. Yes. We're not trying to say that you should drink out of a...
We're not Japanese fighting
If anyone
fish.
blames us for drinking out of a puddle, I swear to God, I will come to court and I will laugh my balls off right in your face because you're a fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah.
That's...
I will come to court and roast the shit out of you.
Holy fuck.
I'll be like, this guy. Oh, and by the way, whoever you are that does this, because there's always a jackass, if you do want to say something, I research people. So I won't just roast you on the shit that you think that we know. I'll roast you on the shit that you think we don't know.
Yeah. We have friends in very bad places. No,
yeah.
See, this is the fucked up thing. Is like, I just don't know. I don't know what the fuck we're doing today. It's just ridiculous. I had something I wanted to talk about.
Do you know what our topic of the day was?
Fuck if I know.
Do you know that we haven't had a topic of the day in like fucking like 4 days or 5 days? We haven't actually had a topic.
No, we've just been talking shit for the last few days. I think it's been going well. It's, you know, it's neither here nor there.
Me too.
It's
Well, everybody else is talking about the topics, so we should just talk about everything else.
Well, this is my problem with everything is like, listen, after all is said and done, the topics are out there. You're going to hear some weird news because it depends on where you're checking your news from. So we're here to lighten your day and, help everybody get that extra bump in their step to keep on going. Because, listen, we're not just about making jokes and shit talking. We do try and give people a better perspective on things, right? One of the things that did happen was because of Crystal naming me his plumpness earlier, I had a friend who watched that episode and they messaged me and said, His Royal Highness the Plumpness. And I was like, yeah, I will definitely take that name. Yes. His Royal Highness the Plumpness.
Yes, see? Yeah. Fuck, I gotta work on that poster. I'm so sorry I've been neglecting it. I was too busy, trying to, see if I'm capable of loving and stuff, and...
What the fuck? Okay, not. You know what? Okay, let's hash this out right now. Okay, listen, okay. You know what, guys? As you get older, it's harder to date. It's definitely harder to date. It's hard to find people. It's hard to find the right type of crazy. Because, listen, after all is said and done, we're all fucking crazy. It's just we're crazy in a unique way. And that's okay. That's fine. So the idea behind it is that you want to make sure you find somebody that's like-minded, and that's who you couple with. Now, there's a lot of different sides of this, and remember, the family unit itself, I don't see as a bad thing. I grew up with both my parents. We had a big family. We had our own businesses. There was a lot of factors going into it, and that wasn't necessarily the same upbringing a lot of people had. And that's not criticizing the situation. Life is hard. People get divorced. People, life gets the best of them. These things happen, and that's fine. Nobody's criticizing that. It's more so that, listen, whenever you try and, whatever facade you try and create, people will see through it, okay? So the best course of action, if you really are serious about finding somebody, just be you, And I'll tell you this right now, both when I started dating my...
Please be yourself, because we see right through it. Sorry, Dino, I had to interrupt that, because as the person that's single, I beg men to just be themselves. And guess what? If we're not alike, and I have to tell you this as somebody who's single and out there, if we're not alike, that's okay. Yeah. But be okay with being yourself, and me being okay with being me. Because I'm not going to judge you. I don't care about anything. Yeah. I'm not the judge. And it's not because I have no right to judge people, because I have been very successful with my life beyond what people believe or know. So for me, I want you guys just to take a deep breath and be yourself. Yeah. It's okay, because you know what? It's your life to live, not ours. It's not my life to live. And if we're going to live it together, we can be partners together with knowing that we're both different.
Right.
And being cool with it. It's not even knowing, it's being okay with it. Why not, you don't judge somebody. Yeah. Just don't. Just be okay with being here, because the fakeness makes it worse. Yeah. Well, and it makes it weird.
Who are you lying to? That's the question, right? Like, when you lie to other people, number one...
How long can it go?
Well, and that's the thing. If you lie to other people, everyone knows you're lying. I'm just telling you right out. Flat out, everyone knows you're lying. Yeah. Period. Okay? Now, from that point, how long and how much effort are you going to go?
Sometimes shit doesn't work out. Yeah. Sometimes shit doesn't work out. You might have said something, and sometimes shit doesn't work out or whatever. But just move on from it. Don't make a thing. Just it's okay, people. Yeah. Just shit happens to everybody, It doesn't mean that you're in the wrong. Yeah. You're in the wrong more when it comes out later. Oh, yeah. So just work it out. Just do it. Own up to your shit.
And that's...
if you're wrong, you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
Hugely. And this is... so many people don't understand that, there's a reason these things happen, and you know what, is it hard to hear? Yes, and everybody wants to be loved. I get that. What I'm telling you is, it's you're just beating a dead horse by or not beating a dead horse. It's more I forget the colloquialism for it. It's just the fact that you're trying to deceive people. It's blatantly obvious. No one's gonna buy that. Right? And then the only person that is going to buy that, trust me, does not have the right intentions and your best interest in
and
hand.
they're not really buying it. they're just kind of like,
they're putting up with it.
Like, and I had some people. Yep, I had some people, and I want to clarify everything for it because I had people questioning me because of the whole Big Brother thing.
Yeah.
But that I end up getting caught up in a really big scam, and I have the emails and everything to prove it, and I have all that stuff. I paid $300 towards getting this casting call thing, and I got ripped off, and I have all their emails, everything to prove it. So
for real,
that's what happened with that for everybody's knowledge.
Yeah, it was. I remember. You know what? I totally forgot about that. I remember seeing it. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. And it was a scam?
Yeah, it would have been really cool. It was totally a scam. And I tried to call and everything, and I have my emails complaining about it. I have all the emails that they sent me, and it ended up being like they called from a 212, which was like a New York number. Like everything was just crazy, and then it all ended up being a big scam. So I totally got ripped off. I had paid $300 towards some, like, you have to like register or whatever thing. So I did that, and it just ended up being a big thing.
See, you know what?
So I was like, whatever. But for me, it was a sign though, because I'm like, is that really how I want me to come out? I'm not those kind of people. I don't think I'd really like, I'd fit in because I make myself fit in anywhere. But I hate those kind of people. Like, I hate those people that you see on the show, like, and I'm too old. Like, you know, like, I'm like, like, the only thing that would come out of it is I'd end up fucking some, like, preppy kid named Cody or something. Like,
listen, and that's, okay, that's really fucking frustrating. Wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was whatever, though, because I was going through a lot anyways, and, like, and it would have been cool, but at the same time, I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to come out like that.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to go anywhere with this comedy thing, I don't know if that's where I want to go. I don't know if that's the image that I want to come out, because I'm not Big Brother material. Like, I'm not that person. I'm not preppy. I'm not, like, all like, ha. Hey. I don't, like, I'm real. You know, like,
I remember somebody has to get kicked out first. So
yeah. Well, and I don't want to be that. I would be that person though, because I totally love people.
I would get so people love fucked. Trust, and not in a good way. I would shit in people's pillows, and I would murder. If you're like, okay, you guys are all isolated and no one's around, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you guys all. I'm winning this. I'm like, I'll murder you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, the people that, like, called me and everything, they had you going, because, like, I was shaking and everything. I told everybody, like, it was, you know, just whatever. Like, you know, like, I had this conversation with her in the spare bedroom, and I'm sitting there, like, shaking and everything, and she got me all excited. Her name was Pamela, so to you, Pamela, if that's your real name, probably not. You fucking suck. I have her email address and stuff. I blacked it out. I'm going to put it on Facebook for real. Like,
you know what?
And so if anybody gets an email.
Interestingly enough, actually, we can probably talk to Dimitri about doing something like that. He's just with regards to the whole scam culture. That's because the scam culture is massive, and it's very, very frustrating.
Through this COVID, we got ripped off with a prepaid credit card too.
Who did?
Through the master thing. My stepdad did. He bought one of those prepaid credit card things. You know, the ones that you use to shop online. Yeah. So he bought one of those for $200, and then when he went to go register it, it said that it had already been processed, like, right away. Like, the money had already been taken off right away. And then when we called to do about it, they ended up saying that he had to send them, like, it's just a complete runaround, and it's been, like, months, and he still hasn't gotten anything back, or it hasn't been refunded or nothing. And so that's for those perfect gift cards or whatever, the prepaid MasterCards. He bought it at Shoppers Drug Mart or Rexall or something like that.
And you know what? Like, this is the thing.
He has the receipt and everything, and they kept trying to get him to send his credit card. I'm like, no. You don't send your bank statements and all that. No,
I don't need to do that.
All they need is the receipt. Yeah. All they need is the receipt and the credit card. Like, show them the picture. That's all they would need. And they still haven't done anything about it. It's been months. We called, like, 3 times, everything.
And that's the thing is, like, the problem with the cancel or the scam culture is that you have to be so persistent that it ends up being just not worth their time fighting with you. It's easier just to give back the money. Yeah. And you're like, so I have to be such a nuisance to you that it's just worthwhile for you to give me back the money. You're like, that's bullshit. Like, I remember my dad had recently passed away. I was at home. I was suffering I was not in a good place. And I got one of those scam calls from the CRA. And I had a problem with the CRA like a couple of years ago where they garnished my wages because I hadn't paid taxes. It was a whole thing. And I'm like, but it was all solved and it's fine. So I turn around and he's like, yeah, you owe us money. And I was like, oh, do I owe money again? Like, that's some bullshit. But I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. And then he's like, yeah, if you don't send us money right now, we're going to have to call the RCMP and they'll come arrest you. And I'm like, oh, you're a scamming bitch. I'm like, I go, you know what? I guess you guys have to come arrest me. Come on, I'll wait. I'm right outside my house. Come on. And they're like, and the best part is his response is, why don't you go fucking die? I'm like, motherfucker, what'd you say to me? And then for 3 hours, I just kept on calling him back. I was getting the same guy. I'm like, hey, you said you want to die? Why don't you come over here and kill me there, needle dick? And I just started tearing into, and he would hang up. I would call back. 3 hours. Victoria came home. She's like, because I don't know why it happened, and I was in the middle of something, so I was standing in the corner of our bedroom on the phone going, why don't you fucking learn how to drive, loser? Like, I was just random fucking complaints to this guy. So Victoria walks in.
I've been the victim of so many scams. And almost the victim of many more. I almost bought a monkey. Well, I wanted to buy a monkey and when I had the pot shop. And I would have if the girl it wasn't a scam.
Listen.
It ended up being a scam. But I almost had a monkey. If you had a monkey.
That's ridiculous. See, but that was the thing. When Victoria came home, she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, somebody tried to scam me, so I'm fucking their time up by just stealing it. And she's like, how long have you been on the phone? I'm like, about 3.5 hours, just calling them back and forth. And she goes, first time I've seen you smile in a while, so that's nice. And I'm like, yeah, I'm having a great time. This is so much fun. You know? But like, it's the whole idea that people are like,
sometimes it's those little things.
Oh yeah. Well, then they're like, oh, send us an Apple card with your money, and you're like, what are you talking about? And the thing is, at first, like, the script they have is very good, right? But then it gets to a point, it's like, well, you could just send us money by buying a gift card, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about? And like, immediately, and I just tell my mom, like, if anyone says to you on the phone or even in person, well, it's a limited time offer, then the answer is no. If it's a limited, that's one of the biggest things. Well, might not be here tomorrow. Then it's a hard no. Because that type of high pressure sales tactic is indicative of, and that's a great word, indicative of serious scam. Like you're getting the whoop over your eyes. And you just go, no. It's like, well, this is what I want. No. And they're like, oh, well, we don't know if it'll be available tomorrow. Okay, I'll think about it. Well, it might not be here tomorrow. Then I don't want it. Yep. It's it. If it's a legitimate thing, it will always be available. If it's time sensitive, and it's the whole idea behind clickbait and stuff. Like, look, realistically, I will advertise this on Instagram with my face like this. Okay? Because I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Now, on YouTube, no, we load it so Crystal's face is on top, and that's what you see. Do you know why? Because people don't want to see this going, that is not clickbaity enough.
I just thought that it would look like, and you know what, when I noticed, because I didn't see before it was posted on YouTube what it would look like how we were going to have it set up. So when it was posted, when he showed me like the image, well, I did see it, sorry. When he showed me that image of it, like the video of it, I was like, it makes sense that I'm on top only because like I think you being on top
Doesn't work, I know.
I just think people would be like, unless I was like this the whole time.
Exactly. And you know what? It is hilarious. Don't get me wrong. And that's exactly my thought process too. I was like, no, you can't have the fat guy on top. That's crazy. She'll die. It just doesn't work that way.
I think it'd be like,
yeah, and she's like, You're like, no, it's not going to work. Put her on top. I look like a beast of burden. I can go on the bottom. Like, listen, I do my best work on my back. There's no question about that.
No, but you do look, though, like you look like a personality. You have that personality look.
Listen, with this,
I would click on you.
Listen, with this face and this body, I have to have personality. I'll tell you that right now, okay? That's just how it is. I'm working.
But I would click on you. I'd be like, hey,
that's because you're a pervert, though. That's different. You're like, that guy looks like he's got all the pieces in the right place. I'm like, whoa, just ease up on that. Okay? I'm not saying I'm a donkey. I'm just saying shit's proportionate. I'm a big guy. Okay? I'm not saying I'm going to make you look like walk like John Wayne. I'm just saying you might be a little bit sore. I'm just, a little bit. Nothing like a good sore.
4 days later.
It's like an after-workout soreness,
Good sore.
Yeah. It's an after-workout soreness where you're like, hey, I did a good deed. I did a good deed that day, Not like, I think I pulled a muscle. You're like, you don't want that after the fun. You want it to be different.
Yeah. You just want to know, like, the next day. You're like, you want to know that you did it the next day because you're like, hey, okay, yep.
Right? You got to hit the bean. Just boom. Let's ring it like a bell. No, don't ring it like a bell. That is not hot. That is not hot. Smacking a vagina is not. Don't
We're talking about wine.
Yeah. I mean, like the proverbial bell.
Let's talk about wine now.
Now it's wine o'clock. That's the funny thing is, so we keep on trying to say that it's morning, right? Because we're releasing them every morning. It's not morning right now, so she's not an alcoholic drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning.
That's why I'm drinking wine.
She's like, I'm drinking wine for breakfast today, because it's been a fucking day, That's not what happened.
I babysat today, a lot outside. It was 34 degrees.
That's really
I had
fucking
some
hot.
Personal shit, and so now I'm drinking some wine.
Yeah, that's a good day. Like, honestly, yeah, I get it. I get that. This is...
So good morning, everybody.
Good morning and cheers. Welcome to the pandemic. We'll be your leaders, and don't worry about the mess. It's gonna get worse. That's it. See, I'm trying to use a deeper voice so I can be like, hey, everybody, we're gonna be here with Buddy and your bread, and gonna show you what happiness is.
I love that voice.
It's very hard.
I love when you do that voice. I wish I could
It's very
do
hard to maintain.
Hello.
Like it's a lot easier if I'm like, yes, as I am the German, and I will tell you the floor lines will be enjoying the party. No, like I can.
I love your voices. I wish I could do it. Hello, everybody. You know what I like? Chantilly lace and a pretty face and a ponytail, a hanging down, a wiggle and a walk and a giggle and a talk.
So
makes the world go round, round, round. Ain't nothing in the world like a.
Okay. See, this is the problem. Have you seen this meme? It's so what people do is they put like a human mouth on a cat. And so it's a cat that normally, a cat goes meow. But because it's got a human mouth, you see this human mouth go meow, meow. And I feel like every time... That was horrible. Please don't do that again. Holy shit. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay. So the funny thing is, when you try and imitate the voices I make, that's what I see is like meow. I'm just like, and the thing is, like, so I said this to Victoria, I'm like, I feel bad because it's really funny, but I feel like I'm being mean. And I'm like, but we're just joking, right? Because and that's why I'm like, I feel bad but it's fucking hilarious at the same time because there's so many people.
Oh God, do you feel bad? Because I make fun of you a lot.
I don't feel that way. I don't feel like you make fun of me because I feel when I make fun of you, it's very, very direct. And I'm like, that's why I'm like,
well, so is mine.
No, and that's like, it all comes from a good place.
Even listen to it.
It's more so that it's like, like, let's put it this way. Oh, okay, let me put it into perspective, okay? My first joke...
That's not the only reason I cry myself to sleep.
What the fuck, Crystal? Okay, the first joke that came to mind for me was I'm like, totally watching you do a voice is like watching an owl moo. Like, it just doesn't... You're like, what the fuck just happened? Right? And then I'm like, okay, I can't, that's very mean. It's very aggressive. I don't want to do that to people. So I'm like, okay, how can I bring this a little bit lower? And that's when it's the meow cat, right? Because I'm like, if you tell somebody that, like...
I like the other one better.
Well, the other one's a lot funnier, but it's fucking mean, right? It's very mean. And that's why
yeah, but it's me. You can tell me shit like that.
No, but it's not. It's still, listen, you can't, and this is actually important to tell people, is that you can't say, oh, it's just a joke and all is forgiven, right? And this is the same thing.
Here comes Dino's vagina, everybody.
Fuck you, okay?
How was that?
Such an asshole. So, okay, you know what? I'll just get right into it, okay? Listen, being negative has a cost. And even if it's a joke, a lot of the times it doesn't come across that way, okay? So it's important that when you do stuff like that and you talk to somebody, that you make sure that they know that you care about them and that it was funny because it was funny. It's not funny to be mean. And this is the problem is people a lot of times, especially on the internet, they're like, oh, well, I was just trolling you. You're like, yeah, I don't care. It's not funny, right? And this is where
It's different. People don't...
Go ahead.
People don't know how to, like, and people, like, say, oh, well, you got to watch what you say because you might, and I'm like, I'm not a mean person, though. So when I say something to somebody, they know damn well that I've never had anybody tell me that I've hurt their feelings. I haven't had that happen.
I have.
Nobody's, and a knock on wood, I haven't, because I'm not like that. I don't think like, I don't act like that.
And this is where...
like, I'm sorry.
No, but this is where...
I've had women, that's a lie, because I've had women say that I say some shit that broke their heart, and it's like... As
we all know, women will say anything, okay? Just joking, I'm just joking, okay?
To you, ladies.
No, but...
This is your money shot.
We are not doing a money shot on this show, okay? We're not doing a money shot on this show. That's not the kind of show. This is not. There's no OnlyFans for Morning Motivational Rant, okay? So what I'm saying is this: is that listen, it's not 2004. You can't just walk around and think you can say whatever you want and have nothing held accountable, okay? And that's not what I'm saying. That is, you can make fun of people, but they have to preemptively know that it's coming from a good place, such as, Luke Lindell.
Just don't be a dick.
Well, that's it, right?
Yeah.
So Luke Lindell. I know Luke Lindell. Luke Lindell is a very funny guy. He runs a lot of shows in Toronto. He's a great guy. He's and you know what? He's very caring and he's very enthusiastic about what he does. And the funny thing is,
yes, hello, Luke.
Yeah, shout out to Luke Lindell. He's a great guy. It's Comedy Nuggets is his company, and they're great.
And him and his dad are fucking
They're great, absolutely.
Him is great. And he's got a beautiful dog.
And it's fantastic. And that's the thing is, Luke a little while ago had shingles. Now, shingles is fucking horrible. It's very painful. It's very life consuming. And he would post about it constantly.
Sorry, Luke, I'm waiting for the prices CBD to go down. I'm like, because I wanted to make some CBD for him because I make my Simply CBD, but they jacked the price on it since all the COVID shit. So it's like, ooh, sorry, buddy. I want to help you out.
Absolutely, but that's the thing. Is like,
I don't want to charge you $50
for him. He would post about other stuff, and I'd be like, really? Because it sounds a lot like you have shingles, and I would just roast him in that way. But he knew. Like, I would message him privately and be like, dude, I'm just joking, right? And he'd be like, no, I thought it was fucking hilarious because it's a joke. And I think a lot of people have to just take a step back and be like, listen, if I don't know you and you come at me like that, I'm going to assume, as will everyone else, that is who you are. And that's a very dangerous thing to put out there. And it's the same thing like we were talking about earlier, when it was like, if everybody knows Crystal's name is Donkey Dick, then they're going to be like, this is now conspiracy theory. We got to find out if Crystal's got some hog between her legs and she's actually a living tripod. Now, that's why. It's like, listen.
I think I would have a big penis because I have giant hands and feet.
Listen, okay, look. Here's a roll of tape, okay? And watch, it just disappears. That's a huge hand, okay? So go fuck yourself. No, but this is, and you know what? This is what I have to say today is, honestly, guys, listen, take a step back.
Look at the can of wine.
You're ruining this. You're such an asshole.
Sorry.
Fucking dick.
I know. Okay, go ahead.
The point is...
Donkey dick.
Fucking donkey dick. The point is, take the time, just take an extra 10 seconds to say, hey, is this going to come across as a roast, funny, me being friendly, or am I just being an asshole? Take that extra 10 seconds, just every so often in your day. Say, hey, am I being a dick about this? Because in spite of what everyone thinks, admitting that you're wrong about something, not a big deal. It's actually, people get reassured, be like, oh, okay, so then let's fix it.
They're comfortable.
Right? And that's why don't...
And they're more comfortable.
Yeah, don't try and put on this image. And it really sums up everything. It's like, listen, be who you are. That's okay. As long as it doesn't negatively impact those people that you're acting towards, it's okay. But you have to take the time to stop and say, are my actions impacting others in a negative way? Because if they are, then it's not okay, right? I can do whatever I want. I'm in my house.
Treat people how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
treat people how you want to be treated. They told us the same thing in kindergarten, like for a reason. You know, treat people how you want to be treated. It's as fucking as simple as that. Do you want people to hate on you? Do you want people to be mean to you? No. So treat people how you want to be treated.
And after all is said and done, if you're treating people negatively, what do you expect to get back? It's that simple.
Yeah.
And that's why he's like, listen, having a thick skin is one thing, but nobody's impenetrable, okay? And that's something that you have to stand there and say, listen, can I get over it? Yes, but that doesn't mean that it's fair to attack people unwarrantedly with maliciousness. That's all. I think that's all I'm going to say today.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, don't be dick.
Don't be a dick. That's pretty much it.
Don't be a dick.
Well, that's been Morning Motivational Rant. Crystal, where can everybody find you?
Everybody can find me at, obviously, Morning Motivational Rant. And they can find me simply me on YouTube, Crystal Morency, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Mr. Dino.
You can find me everywhere on at Dino the Genetic Marvel on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Morning Motivational Rant obviously is on YouTube. We also have an Instagram channel where it's just a notification, but by all means, like, subscribe, share, comment. We love to hear back from you. And you know what? Somebody did mention Crystal's laugh. Yes, we know it's fucking hilarious, but you know what they did say? They were like, hey, not trying to be a dick, just trying to give some feedback. And you know what? Thank you for giving the feedback. We appreciate it. And
what did he say?
He said your laugh is a little bit pungent. Okay? And that's fine. But he said, not trying to be a...
That's fine.
And he said, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just giving you guys some feedback. I said, you know what? Thank you for your feedback, and thank you for taking the time to watch us, guys.
Thank you for your
feedback. Have a great day.
Unfortunately, I was born this way.
Okay.
Yes. We love you.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.